We need another key forward at this point, so I'm going to say Lance Franklin.
I would take Buddy, a big forward.
Oh, Lance Franklin.
Lance Franklin.
I think Franklin.
Probably Buddy Franklin.
Buddy Franklin.
Buddy Franklin.
Buddy Franklin. Buddy Franklin.
Buddy.
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 Franklin.
Lance Franklin. Never have to go near him again.
Aaron Sandilands, you know you'd get first use in the middle.
Let's take Jonathan Brown.
Obviously I'm biased towards key forwards, and you wouldn't want a key forward my age. You'd want a young bloke, and I reckon Jack Darling's done a pretty good job.
Probably Trent Cotchin.
Trent Cotchin.
Trent Cotchin.
Simon Black.
Jeremy Bay.
Michael Hurley.
Adam Goods.
I'll draft Tom Murphy back.
For right now, probably someone like Lenny Hayes, but for sort of longevity, I'd say Paddy Dangerfield.
Patrick Dangerfield.
Patrick Dangerfield.
I like the look of Patrick Dangerfield.
Chris Dawes.
I'd like to get Joshy Kennedy back from West Coast.
Luke McFarlane.
Rory Sloane.
Joe Watson. Good mate and very good player.
Joe Watson.
Sirioli.
I'd have to be Joel Selwood for his obvious talents, but I'd also love to see a wrestle between the three brothers at some stage.
Joel Selwood.
Joel Selwood.
I'd probably say Nick Natanui.
Nick Natanui. As a midfielder, I wouldn't mind having Nick Natanui palm the ball down to us.
It'd be handy to have a Nick Natanui in your side, someone that wins the ruck taps and then is like a ruck rover around the ground.
I'd love to have Gazza Ablett.
Gary Ablett.
Gary Ablett.
Gary Ablett.
Gary Ablett.
Gary Ablett.
Gary Ablett.
Probably Gary Ablett. I think he's the best player in the comp.
Gary Ablett. Yeah, he's a freak.
I find Dustin Fletcher pretty tough. He's always able to get an arm in to spoil.
Either Cameron Ling or Brian Crowley.
With Wayne Carey when I was about 17.
Milne.
Stephen Milne.
Jonathan Brown.
Jonathan Brown.
Ryan O'Keefe.
Travis Cloak. I'd also say Nick Rewalt because he runs so hard.
Scott Pendlebury.
Scott Pendlebury's probably a player that I've enjoyed spending a little bit of time playing on. He runs to the good spots and he always seems to bob up where the footy is, so he's a hard player to match up on.
Sirioli.
Probably Coxie at training, yeah. Just I find that the toughest point.
Dean Cox.
Currently Sandlands.
And obviously Big Aaron Sandlands as well. He's sometimes hard to get around.
Shane Mumford.
Was Ben Cousins.
Probably Andrew McLeod.
Early days, my first final ever played, Simon Black gave me an absolute bar.
Teddy Richards. I said Brett Kirk was probably my toughest.
Lewis Jetta.
Jack Rewalt.
Daniel Cross, because he runs all day.
Scotty Thompson, North Melbourne.
Chris Judd.
Harry Taylor.
And Harry O'Brien.
Nowadays, probably Selwood.
Joel Selwood.
Gary Ablett.
Drew Petrie.
Mark Murphy.
Nigel Lappin.
Ben Reid.
Someone like a Trent Cotchin who's good inside and outside.
Dustin Martin's pretty hard to tackle.
Dustin Martin.
I reckon Dustin Martin.
Probably a tough one for me due to I don't do so much tackling, so...
Lenny Hayes.
Stephen Morris.
Swanee.
Sam Mitchell.
Patrick Dangerfield.
Paddy Dangerfield.
Anthony Rocker was running out at full steam and he picked the ball up. He must have thought a mosquito or something had flicked by him because that was about all the effect that I had on him. Chris Judd.
Ablett or Judd.
Chris Judd and Buddy Franklin because of their strength and speed.
Ben Rutten, you can't get your arms around him.
Jared Brennan. Couldn't lay a finger on him when he was here.
Joel Selwood.
Joel Selwood. He gets pretty low and just got to be careful not to give away the high free kicks.
Any of the Indigenous boys, I don't even attempt to tackle them.
Gary Ablett.
Gary Ablett.
Gary Ablett.
Gary Ablett Jr. Yeah, normally I try and just sheepdog him.
Probably Adam Goods, just too tall and strong.
Copped a few with my 80 kilo frame, so Daniel Motlop got me actually, blindsided me, and cleaned me up pretty well.
Hawley whacked me one day, that hurt.
Barry Hall, knee in the back of the head.
I dislocated my own shoulder, so I'm going to have to say me. Nigel Smart.
Nick Maxwell.
Darren Glass.
It was actually Lee Brown, and it was when he was playing for us. He knocked me out one day at Manuka.
I had one from Luke Hodge 2 or 3 years ago down in Launceston. I was running down the wing and I didn't see him. He came off the interchange bench and he cleaned me up a fair. Yeah, pretty good.
Brad Sewell gave me a good one last year.
Oh, Joel Selwood got me a good one.
Well, I guess I knocked myself out on Troy Selwood's head, so it'll probably be him.
Michael Voss, my first game, and when he tackled me to the ground, he said, "Welcome to the AFL."
Dean Solomon was my first game ever, and I was a skinny little kid, and he was a big man, and I ran into him, and it was a bad move.
First game I was playing North out here, and first time I got near the ball ever, Coxie gave me a handball and got smashed by Aaron Edwards from North Melbourne over the boundary line. First time I touched the ball in league footy, and yeah, it was pretty eye-opening.
Dustin Fletcher in my
third game.
With Luke McFarlane, fair to say, I reckon.
Ben and Graham gave me a nice little backhand elbow to the jaw one time.
I had a head collision with Jordan Lewis a few years ago, which was pretty solid hit.
Benny McGlynn in 2010.
Cozzie's given me a few big hits, but that's when I was actually playing with him.
Cozzie. Justin Kaczynski.
Knocked me out.
Matthew Lloyd.
Glenn Archer.
Probably David Hale in the granny.
Israel Folau. He's a big boy.
Ben Rutten. I found out why he's called the truck.
A few years ago, I was standing under a ball thinking I was by myself, and one of my teammates, Lance Whitnell, came through and pancaked me on the ground.
Against Port Adelaide Primus and Lade sort of took it to me on the wing one time. Embers just ran straight by, just laughing.
Ben Reid got me a ripper last year. I wasn't even watching it and just flushed me out.
I think Favola's got that claim. That's what my ribs say.
Patrick Dangerfield broke my shoulder, so that was a good one.
Byron Pickett, and it got me off the line back when you were allowed to do that. And it was the first time I was ever in the paper, was me just getting absolutely cleaned up.
Andrew Walker when he took Mark of the Year on me.
Nick Del Santo. Like off the field, he's just so nice, and I respect him so much.
Russell Robertson.
Jimmy Bartar.
Robert Nahas.
Still Sidebottom doesn't mind a chat.
No, they're all pretty hostile towards me.
Adam Goods.
Adam Goods. He's one who will shake your hand before the game as well as after.
Goodsy's pretty friendly. I remember one time out here, he was trying to coach the young Suns boys, telling what they should do and when they should run and things like that, which was never heard an opposition player do before.
Ryan Crowley. Sounds funny, but we always have pretty good battles, and he's got the better of me a few times, and we usually have a bit of a chat.
Actually, I chat a bit to Ryan Crowley on the field, so it's not bad.
Jared Roughhead. He's quite nice.
Roughhead from Hawthorn. Really nice guy on the field.
I was pretty worried about playing Barry Hall when he went to the Bulldogs, but it was a bit surprising. We had a good chat down there.
Jack Rewalt's always up for a chat.
I've enjoyed playing on Brian Lake over the years. He's not bad for a chat.
Michael Hurley.
Joe Watson would be up there.
Jake Carlisle.
Jonathan Brown. A very nice guy. I really like him.
Big Dave Hale when we play Hawks is always, he's a big friendly giant, that bloke.
Dan Hanbury. Grew up playing with him. We wanted to have a real good chat on the field one night. I said, shut up, mate. Let's talk after the game.
I don't pay too much attention to nice opponents.